Come on over, it's time for Tim Friend.
Oh, welcome back, friends. It's time once again for Tim Friend to bedazzle. Bedazzle, not like bewitch and befuddle, but no, we're going to cover this Let's Play episode in sequence and have a delightful time. Let's have Troy heal himself. We're once again back into the fray of playing. That's right, you guessed it. It's Vestaria Saga, Fire Emblem style video game. Have fun, good. What is there to say? This game is Fire Emblem. It's got some really cool ideas. I mean, as much as I'm like, I'm not going to use the thief for combat, like, I was thinking about it and I appreciate it. I think that's a really cool way of differentiating the thief from every other combat class. Like, that's cool. It makes sense to me. Because it's like, oh, he's a thief. He's not going to be like a murderer. He can do some support damage sometimes. And that's about it. But that's okay. We accept them for this. Who the fuck needs to go over there? It's Zaid. Of course it's Zaid. Totally forgot. But like I said, it's got interesting ideas. But then it's got shit like this, where we can just kind of chill up on this mountain, and it's fine, because we gotta wait for everyone else to get through the chokiest choke point in like any Fire Emblem game I've ever seen. I'm sure there are like worse choke points in Fire Emblem games, but like if it's not a defend chapter, or it's not like I don't know. To me, there's something about like chokety ass chokety choke points like this that just aren't very fun to play. Like it doesn't feel particularly strategic to roll through these places at like one person at a time. It like you could just put your best person in front and then they just handle it. And that's what you probably should do, because if you don't, then they might die forever because of how death exists in Fire Emblem James. The graphics, like the portrait quality is honestly kind of all over the place. Like Troy, I think, looks weird. Merida looks fantastic. Prody looks weird. Jean looks alright. Dune looks odd. Like his eyeballs look weird. It looks like his head's supposed to be tilted, but the rest of his head does not look like that. Zaid looks great. Sheila looks great. Zaid, great. Cesar, okay. Fadel, like, these seem like they were drawn by different artists. And while I'm not opposed to that in concept, it makes it not coherent, I guess. Like, it feels like it's got a sort of incoherency in the art style. And normally I'm not the kind of person to be like, oh, the art bad. Because, I mean, I'm playing fucking Game Boy Advance games. You've seen what I do. You've been on this channel. You're probably not coming into this like, oh, episode 22, Vestaria Saga, time to hop into this guy. But I mean, maybe. And you know what? If you are, fucking more power to you, man. Thank you for coming over here. But when the art direction feels incoherent to this degree, then I notice it and I don't love it. And if you're gonna put like these little portraits in the combat screen as well, I want to see even generic portraits for the enemies. It's like having it be just like their battle sprite. Like, check this out. Check out the bottom left. Like, that's just their battle sprite again. That's lazy. That just seems lazy to me. I mean, it's hard to judge, because, like, I don't know what kind of fucking budget this game was made on, and it's like, well, Tim, you didn't make a ding-dang video game, so who are you? Who are you to judge anyone for making a video game? But there's just sloppy things like that, and the parentheses forest that was there to just have a cutscene occur at it, like that. It seems kludged together. It seems like there could have been a more elegant way to handle that. It seems like there could have been more elegant map design. It seems like there could have been some more. I don't know. It's tough because games are quite hard to make. This one I know. Games hard to do. But just because something is hard doesn't mean that it should be like worshipped for existing. Especially when there are other examples of it doing better. Let's not do that, huh, Theodel? Do you got any herbs on you, man? You don't. Let's see how you do with Rambling Rose. Wow, you just get so murdered, Sheila. It's only a 33% chance to hit, but we know these single RNG-ass games. That 33% chance to hit is gonna happen twice. It happened in, like, this map. What fucking got murdered by dipshit-ass chances to hit. Yeah, and I don't like it. I don't like it. So yeah, I said it last episode as well that this game's really playing me hot and cold, and I stand by it. It's got some interesting things. Having, like, every character seems to have their own sort of personal skills. Like, not everything is tied to class. Everyone has their own personal skills, and their, like, personal skills, they'll learn more as they level up. They'll learn more personal skills, and that's pretty cool. Like, I'm down with that. It makes it, like, I guess a little bit exciting, because you're like, oh, what are they gonna learn? What are they gonna get as they level up? It's like, they're a fucking knight. Of course, they're just gonna get that normal shit. But, like, Jean has a unique promotion for no clear reason that I can tell, but they just have one, and that's cool. But, like, why? But it's cool, you know. So, like I said, real hot and cold, real Katy Perry, in and out, hot and cold, etc. Let's give you a short spear. Yes, behold your incredible power. Just take some herbs, baby. You know what to do, Merida. Take those drugs. Use drugs, Merida. Use drugs. Don't use drugs, kids. It could be bad for you. And if it's not bad for you, well, then maybe that's okay. Maybe you're fine with that. But drugs? Question mark? That's drugs, not universal. Very situational. That's the Tim Friend official review of drugs. I mean, I take prescription medication. That's chemicals that alters how my brain work. So it's hard for me to be like, no, don't do a weed or shit like that, because that's just chemicals that alter how your brain works. But I don't know, being addicted to that shit can be rough and fuck up your life. Fuck up the people around you's life, and that's not fun. It's not fun to fuck up people's lives. You know, like an obvious thing to say. Okay, so this will do 24. I kind of want to try to get the kill with Sheila, just because it's fun. She'll do 10, but she'll basically do 5. How do you do, Prody? You do 11, and then what do you do with the tomahawk? You do 15, 11 and 15, that's 26. That's so close. It's just not quite what I need it to be, though, is it? You do 18, 18, 11 is 29. So if we move G over here, and then we move Prody up to here, chuck a pile 'em at him, really pile 'em on. Isn't that fun? Isn't that a funny joke? Everyone get it? I'm sorry. That's a problem. Well, it's not the worst thing in the world. Her defense is 2. God, her mobility is capped at 5. Apparently she does not promote, like, at all, which is rough. That's a rough road to hoe, my droog. But you know what? We're gonna try our best. We'll kind of want to use her anyway, so fuck it, right? Ooh. Things that don't promote really scrapes my beard. It's not a real thing. I don't have a beard. Don't equip the cutlass anymore. Equip the short sword, you lunatic. And you do your medicinal herbs. That's what it's medicinal. It helps you, right? Drugs. Why am I talking about this? I have such little fucking knowledge. I have such a little leg to stand on when it comes to talking about people doing drugs in any way. I don't know. It's my brain, you know? This is what happens. When I play Timfront, I just open my mouth and my brain falls out. And sometimes it's going to make a drugs joke. And sometimes it's not going to make a drugs joke. I'm going to say most of the time it's not going to make a drugs joke. But today it did. And we're all just going to have to be okay with that. Regenesis. Oh, we can save. I will save. Because we are getting close to the place where we have to... Well, it saved again. Right at the end of another Timfront episode. It's like every 2 minutes is a turn? Interesting. Alright, well, next time on Timfront, we'll go after that chest and look in the cave and probably kill the boss or some shit. I don't know. Alright, y'all have a great day now. Bye-byes.
Timfront.